You would imagine White definitely still has the potential to make things interesting here on Saturday. We've seen the change in Tyson Fury's fight style since hooking up with Sugar Hill Stewart and the rest of the Kronk Gym. He's been 2 fights with them now. And, it's sort of been paying dividends, back-to-back stoppages now for Fury heading into this fight. He looks a lot more aggressive in there as well. But that change from a Ben Davidson / Peter Fury back foot game, which he had before, this new emphasis on looking to go front foot heavy now on fights, that's based more on the threat of what Deontay Wilder possessed, in my opinion, and reacting to that, rather than a general change in Fury's overall style. So, this is where this fight gets interesting for me. We all know, just talking about Tyson Fury's last fight, Deontay Wilder's straight right hand, probably the most devastating punch in all of boxing. Fury made the change in that second fight necessary to combat that, look to take that punch away from Wilder. He did that through being hyper aggressive in there, crowded Deontay Wilder on the inside. Was using his weight and kind of physical size to wear down Wilder in that one as well. And most importantly of all, not giving him that space he needed to get that straight right hand off, look to smother that shot. So, full credit to Fury in his last fight as well. Bore some hairy moments. He executed that inside game, to perfection in the third fight as well. So, while that's all well and good, that's not the kind of style he'll face here on Saturday night against Dillian Whyte. Dillian Whyte, completely different stylistic matchup for Fury than Deontay Wilder possessed, this weekend. Whyte is a fighter. He knows how to fight on the inside, something that Deontay Wilder generally struggles with. And Fury likes to keep reminding people how, he's a real fighting man. He grew up in an Irish traveller camp and so on. But, he's fighting another guy in Dillian Whyte. He knows all about that life as well. Dillian Whyte, while he mightn't have grew up on a trailer park, he's a guy straight off the streets, came to boxing very late in the game. He had virtually no amateur career, learned his trade growing up on the streets of London. So, he definitely won't be intimidated by Fury in this one. And he actually uses a lot of that street style in his fights as well. He's kind of similar to guys like Bernard Hopkins and Andre Ward, obviously not in talent levels. So I don't want anyone to go blowing up the comment section just yet. But, Dillian Whyte is a fighter like them, kind of not afraid to use all the tools at his disposal in the ring. And, it's something he's been doing for quite some time. He put down Joseph Parker with a straight elbow in their fight a few years back, came in low with a left hook and followed through with the elbow. So he's definitely a fighter. He'll put it on you on the inside in the fight. He'll look to use all, kind of push the limits of what's allowed in the ring. And while he mightn't be quite as physically big as Tyson Fury in the ring, he's much physically stronger, than Deontay Wilder, for example. Absolutely huge upper back and shoulders in the ring, kind of uses that strength to bully opponents on the inside as well. So, Fury said in numerous interviews leading up to this fight, he's going to come in, he's going to look to crash the pocket, he's going to look to make it a war with Dillian Whyte. But, that's a lot of hyperbole in my opinion. Sugar Hill Stewart, his trainer might be known, for his aggressive stances, but he's also an incredibly astute trainer, and he'll know, as will Fury, that employing a front foot heavy approach in this fight will give Dillian Whyte his best chance of victory. Unfortunately, I see this fight going, and the reason I just don't see Dillian Whyte winning this fight is his foot speed. He's way too slow and ponderous, for a guy like Fury in there. If Fury can get back to his kind of Vladimir Klitschko type days, work off the back foot, then this fight descends into a complete mismatch, in my opinion. As for all kind of Dillian Whyte's superior upper body strength and his ability to fight on the inside, that's effectively rendered null and void if Fury decides to box here. So, as you said, Prez, at the start, the line on Fury's currently about minus 500 right now. I'd have no problem whatsoever kind of throwing it into a parlay or something for this weekend, as I just don't see Fury losing this fight. He's got too many ways to win, in my opinion. But there's a prop bet I absolutely love for this fight on Saturday. It's at a huge plus money price as well. So, that's up at WagerTalk right now, 5% best bet for me. But yeah, in terms of a side, it's got to be Fury for me in this one.